20 no prep classroom activities every teacher should know. Sometimes you walk into class with a solid plan, and sometimes the universe says no. Whether your printer jammed or you lost your worksheet folder, or your students finished early and you have 10 minutes left, these no prep activities will save your lesson and maybe your sanity. All of these work for ESL or general classrooms and require zero or almost zero prep. I've included all of these activities plus examples in a PDF that you can get for free when you join our email list. Now, let's look at some no prep activities. The left-right circle question game. Have students sit in a circle. On the board, quickly write 6 to 10 simple questions like, what's your favorite food? What are you afraid of? Where would you like to travel to? What's your dream job? What's your favorite movie? What's something you can't live without? A student chooses anyone in the circle and asks them one question. But the person on their left must answer for them with a completely wrong or funny answer. For example, what's your favorite food? And then the person left of that student says, shoes. Students always laugh and must listen carefully. After a full round, switch. The person on their right must answer. So let the chaos begin. 2-word conversations. Students pair up. You give them a scenario, ordering food, talking to a friend, or solving a problem. But they can only speak using 2-word sentences. For example, restaurant. Table please. Follow me, very hungry. Try special. It forces creativity, fluency, and humor. Try and see which team can go the longest. 5-second challenge. Pick a category and choose a student. They have 5 seconds to name 3 things in that category. Name me 3 animals. 3 things you do in the morning. 3 countries in Africa. 3 verbs in the past tense. If they fail, it moves to the next student. It's fast, energetic, and there's no prep. Reverse charades. Instead of one person acting and the group guessing, the whole class acts and one student guesses. So bring one student to the front of the class, show the other students a word or something that they have to act out for the student in front of class to guess. It's really fun and it keeps everyone engaged. Some great example topics: sports, emotions, professions, vocabulary that you're teaching them. It's great for review and team building. Would you rather? Rapid fire. Write down 10 to 15 quick would you rather questions on the board. Would you rather be invisible or fly? Eat only pizza or rice forever? Travel to the past or to the future? Then the students stand. Pick a student and boom, they must answer within 2 seconds. No overthinking. You can also let the students move to different sides of the room if you can move around. So you can say, okay, this side is travel to the past, this side is travel to the future. They must move around. And you can also ask students to clarify why did they pick that. The lineup game. Tell students to stand up and go stand next to the wall. Then they have to line up according to different criteria. For example, birthdays. So January to December. You can make it even more fun by telling students they are not allowed to talk. But for me, I think it's a fun way for students to get to know each other if they're in the class for the first time. You can start off by height, shortest to tallest, birthdays, alphabetical order by name, favorite color from lightest to darkest, their phone number numerically. A fun way is also for them to think of an animal, but they can't say it, and they have to arrange themselves by smallest animal to largest. You can also ask them, how awake do you feel today, from 1 to 10? 1 being very sleepy and 10 being filled with energy. 1 minute speeches. Give students a random topic. They must talk for 1 minute without stopping. Some possible topics: my worst meal ever. Why school should start at 10 a.m. A place everybody should visit. An invention I want to create. This builds fluency and confidence quickly. Make sure to show them how to structure their speeches. They need an introduction, a body, a conclusion, and a call to action. Make sure to thank everyone for listening at the end. This enforces the structure of speeches. Find someone who. Instead of printing a grid, simply call out the prompts orally. Find someone who can play an instrument. Find someone who woke up before 7 a.m. Someone who has the same favorite food as you. Someone who speaks more than 2 languages. Someone who loves scary movies. Students walk around asking classmates questions. Tell the students no running. Some more examples: someone who has a birthday this month. Someone who can swim. Someone who can cook. Someone who has met a famous person. Someone with more than 2 siblings. I put some more examples in the PDF that you can download for free. Story relay. Start a story with 1 sentence. For example, yesterday a chicken knocked on my door. Each student adds 1 sentence. The story gets funnier and more chaotic as it continues. So everybody just works together and they have to continue the story. Make sure not to stress the student out too much, especially with lower level students or students that are shy. They are allowed to just say something simple, but keep it going. Guess the rule. You secretly choose a classroom rule. For example, students must begin every answer with actually. Students must touch their shoulder before speaking. Students can only use the past tense. Students must say an adjective before any noun. For example, I just watched a funny movie. My interesting friend is working very hard. They must figure out the rule by watching others. 20 questions, the classroom edition. Pick any object, person, noun, or place, and students can only ask yes or no questions to guess it. Some fun classroom variations: something in this room, something we learned today, a famous person, something I'm thinking of. The whisper race. Divide the class into small teams. Whisper a sentence to the first student, they pass it along. The last student says it out loud. Compare with the original. You can also do it with some funny movements. Hot seat. 1 student sits facing away from the board. You write a word behind them. Their team must explain the word without saying it. You can also have different teams with different words, and you see how quickly they can get through the word or a list of words. Some words can be food, jobs, verbs, animals, classroom objects, or anything. Stand, sit, stay. A physical activity for vocabulary, grammar, commands, or categorical thinking. Create simple rules. If the word is a verb, stand. If the word is a noun, sit. If it's an adjective, stay still. Or you can say, for true statements, stand. For false statements, sit. It's a fun way to cover comprehension. Alphabet challenge. Pick a topic: food, animals, or countries. Students go around the room giving words in alphabetical order. So you start: apple, banana, carrot, donut, egg, fish. If someone gets stuck, they're out for that round. You can also do it with categories where you say everybody has to name a car. And so they have to say a car brand. The first person that doesn't know is out. Quick debates. Get 2 opposing statements and split the class. For example, cats are better than dogs. School uniforms should be banned. Phones in class should be allowed. Homework is useless. Students must give short 10 to 15 second arguments. Switch sides halfway to build flexibility. Mystery bag. Even without props, pretend you have a mystery bag. Tell students you're pulling out an imaginary object. They must guess what it is, describe it, show how to use it, or create a story around it. It's very simple and surprisingly fun. Numbered heads together. Give each group a number set, 1 to 4, and then ask a question. Students discuss briefly, then you call a random number. Those students must answer for their group. It encourages teamwork and accountability. Sentence transformation. Write a simple sentence on the board. Students transform it using grammar you want to practice. For example, I eat breakfast at 7. In the past tense, I ate breakfast at 7. Future, I will eat breakfast at 7. I don't eat breakfast at 7. Or with an added adjective, I eat a big breakfast at 7. Speed ranking. Write 5 to 7 things on the board. Students must rank them quickly in groups or pairs. Best or worst inventions. Healthiest foods. Most important school subjects. Healthiest food. Most fun holidays. Countries they want to visit. Students compare rankings and then talk about it. 1 wrong fact. Tell students a short paragraph with one fact wrong. They must find it. Teacher versus class. Ask the students review questions. If someone gets it right, the class gets a point. If no one can get it right, the teacher gets a point. It's very simple, but they love beating you. These no prep activities help you survive days when you feel exhausted, the photocopier hates you, students finish early, or you just need something fun to wake everyone up.